Welcome back. The world of Formula One comes to the United States this weekend for the Miami Grand Prix. And because we're huge Formula One fans here at the Jason Show, we thought it was a perfect time to talk about the new season of Drive to Survive. Look.
This is a season like no other.
Unbelievable start from Hamilton.
It's just insane.
Oh, they touched! Verstappen is into the lead. Come on!
Formula One is brutal. It can get tough. It can get ugly.
What a race! Amazing!
You can be the hero today, but forgotten tomorrow.
Everybody's different, but the best ones can step up. We're in this sport to win, and nobody's giving up.
Yes!
Teams were racing not just for glory, but for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Nice shoes, boy.
The competition is so tough, you just have to be off a little bit to be off.
Bottas in big, big trouble.
There's so much pressure, we cannot relax.
Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash.
Very intense. The end of last year's Formula One was shrouded in controversy, and the new season dives right in. Formula One features drivers and teams from all over the world, and amidst all that racing and money at stake, there is plenty of drama to go around. Think Real Housewives with lots of motor oil. I didn't write that, no. That means it's time once again for 37% of America loves Ted. Joining us now, producer Ted Johnson from our TV show Review Control Room.
Lots of motor oil.
Lots of motor oil. Ted, let's start with my most important question. Is Ginger Spice's lover in this?
He is.
Okay.
He is. He is the head of the Red Bull team.
Hot. Okay, all kidding aside though, obviously it's about Formula One, but what is the show about? Do they follow specific drivers? What is this about?
So they follow the whole season and basically all the drivers throughout the course of the season. Sometimes they focus in on certain teams each episode. So you'll see, Lewis Hamilton and all the other teams, and you'll kind of, because really there's just two teams that people care about, but you find that there's, the team that's, in 10th place trying to get up to 9th place, and that's a big deal. So there are these competitions within the race that then make it all even more interesting.
I hear there's drama with one specific team, and that's Team Haas, which I'm going to try not to make a joke here, but what's their deal here? So
Team Haas doesn't have any money. And so what happens when you don't have money?
You
turn to a sugar daddy, and that's exactly what Team Haas did. They turned to this Russian oligarch, and so that's him right there in the back. He is Vladimir Putin's best friend. And so then the guy was like, I will give you millions and millions of dollars, but then you have to have my son as the race car driver. So his son is the race car driver. He's basically crashing into everything because he's a horrible driver. And so this is all going on. Meanwhile, at the start of this year, Team Haas then takes the check from him and then cuts bait and says you can't be on Formula One anymore.
Well, the two best drivers, so we got Lewis Hamilton and then Max Verstappen, is it?
That is correct. So really, all anyone really cares about are these two guys, and it is personal because Max Verstappen, he tends to push the envelope. He drives a little too aggressive sometimes, and sometimes it's dangerous, like in this case where he lands on top of Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, look at that.
So that little halo above the head of the driver is new. If that wasn't there, there's a good chance Lewis Hamilton is not racing this year.
That looks like you parking in the Fox 9 parking lot.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
What happened at the end of the season?
So you got Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen fighting it out all season. It comes down to the final race. Lewis Hamilton has a 10-second lead, and then there's a crash. And out of nowhere, with one lap left, Max Verstappen gets a blessing from the racing gods. They basically help him get to the front of the race, and then all heck breaks loose. And this is the head of Lewis Hamilton's team communicating with race control. Take a look.
Well, this is highly unusual. Not all of the cars are allowed to unlap themselves, just the 5 in between Hamilton and Verstappen. It's a really bizarre one, and it's harsh on Hamilton.
No! No!
Michael, that is so not right. That is so not right.
I didn't even see Max crossing the line. But my very reaction in that moment was, what just happened?
Michael on race control.
Go ahead, Toto.
You need to reinstate the lap before. That's not right.
Toto?
Yes.
It's called a motor race, okay?
Sorry?
We went to car racing.
What did you say?
We went to car racing. Das ist Autorennen.
Wow.
The death look.
Okay, we don't have time for the last question, but I'll just quickly ask you, has Leo gotten any faxes in the control room fax machine since we started the show?
No, everything is silent so far. No word from Dolly yet.
Perfect. We'll keep an eye on that. There's Ted, everybody. You can watch that on Netflix. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. That actually looks good.